SAA Technical met unions representing staff today in an attempt to resolve a salary impasse. SAA Technical is an aircraft maintenance company that provides services both to Mango and SAA, but earlier it withdrew services until their debts were repaid. SAA Technical was only able to pay 25% of salaries to all of its employees in September. To discuss, we're joined by spokesperson for the SAA Group, Tlali Tlali. Mr. Tlali, thank you for being with us. What happened in those talks today?
Good evening, Francis, and good evening to your viewers. Indeed, we confirmed that we had a meeting earlier today. However, it was a very brief meeting, and management had to proceed with that meeting because they had made an undertaking to meet with the union leaders today. So at that meeting, management explained to union leaders that there are some developments in the form of a promise that has been made by yet another customer that they were going to effect payment. And on the basis of that promise, they felt that it was proper that the meeting should be postponed or be deferred to take place tomorrow. And this is the arrangement currently as we speak here and now. Beyond that, we can indicate and confirm that the customer has in fact kept their word and payment has been effected. So, on the whole, out of a total of 4 customers that were impacted, on the basis of which aircraft maintenance services had been suspended, we now have 3 customers that have now have made payments, and these include SAA, Mango, and a third customer which we cannot name because we have not obtained their consent.
Can you clarify that? So there are 3 outstanding. So does Mango and SAA, which are the 2 big ones, still owe money?
We had a total of 4 airlines that were impacted by this particular decision, and they include SAA and Mango in the context of SAA Stable or SAA Group.
Yes.
What we are saying is that SAA and Mango effected payments towards the end of last week. And very late today, a third customer has also made payment. Beyond that, what we are saying is that out of these 4 customers, 3 of them have now made payments. And this is a progress in the context of restoring the services that the SAA Technical render to these customers.
All right, and you can't tell us who that third customer is?
We unfortunately cannot do so because of a customer confidentiality that attaches to the arrangements that are in place. The only reason why we are mentioning Mango and SAA is because they form part of the stable and the affected airlines. SAA Mango had also made that arrangement.
All right. Does this mean now that the extra 75% of salary that was not paid to staffers at SAA Technical will probably be paid very soon? Can you even give us a date?
That is the detail that the meeting tomorrow is going to have to deal with. As matters stand, we know that the SAA Technical management paid 25% of the salary to all employees. But in the light of this development, where 3 customers have now made payments, management is going to sit down with the union leaders tomorrow and work out as to how much out of the outstanding salary payments is now going to be paid to the employees.
All right. And can you clarify that SAA Technical, which provides maintenance services to SAA and Mango, is doing work or not? Because we know that SAA itself is on care and maintenance at the moment.
Indeed, that is the case. SAA Technical is continuing to work. Mango is now operating on the basis of the fleet that receives attention in the form of aircraft maintenance services from SAA Technical. And beyond that, we are saying that there are a number of other customers that are also serviced by SAA Technical. So work continues to be done. And in the context of SAA, which is not currently operating, There is work that is done in the context of care and maintenance. There's work that relates to the fleet that is currently not operating, which is referred to preservation maintenance. So work continues to be carried out at SAA Technical.
Yeah. But beyond these salaries that still have to be paid in full, Mr. Tlali, what about the future of SAA Technical, which has quite a big staff complement? Its fortunes must be tied to SAA. I presume that is the big client here. And tell us what is happening with SAA that is on care and maintenance. And last we heard government still scrambling to find the money it promised, 10.5 billion rand, to save that airline itself.
The reality of the situation is that the aviation landscape has been battered. All of us are struggling to recover from the effects of COVID-19, a pandemic that has affected quite a number of industries, including the aviation industry, which means that the SAA Technical, or Mango for that matter, are not an exception, So as matters stand insofar as SAA is concerned, the business rescue practitioners are on record indicating that we are currently waiting for response from the shareholder or government, where our funding requirements have been expressed, at least in the short term, and quantified. And the quantum is in the region of 10.5 billion, which is going to be used to pay creditors, to pay for the VSPs, and part of which is also going to serve as working capital, and portion thereof will also go to these entities that include Mango as well as SAA Technical. That is the situation at this stage, and we are optimistic that there will be a response from government soon that will enable us to be able to move forward insofar as the business is concerned. SAA is one of the biggest customers of SAA Technical. However, that does not mean that the SAA Technical is not able to find customers outside the group or outside those that are currently in existence. Work will continue to be done in order to attract more customers.
All right. So you've confirmed that that 10.5 billion still outstanding. There were reports that last week was a crucial week for government to come forward and say where that money would come from. So that's still outstanding. Finally, Mr. Tlali, there's also talk of Ethiopian Air stepping in, but they don't want to deal with the legacy issues of SAA. So what happens there? You think they could just buy the planes and we shut down the airline anyway?
We have read as much in the media that the Ethiopian Airlines have expressed interest, and from our reading of the media reports, they indicate that they're interested in a joint venture, and the one point that we have highlighted now is also their lack of interest in dealing with the legacy issues. This is a matter that falls within the purview of the shareholder, as the shareholder is also on record having indicated that they are currently going through a series of some unsolicited bids that have been submitted, where a number of potential investors had expressed interest in securing a stake or becoming a strategic equity partner in SAA. The details thereof, the modalities around what is going to work, what is going to be acceptable between the parties, is being dealt with at the level of the shareholder. I think we need to be a little bit patient with the shareholder and allow them time. When they are ready, they should be able to come out and advise all South Africans about the decision that has been made in the event there's an agreement between the parties.
All right. Thank you very much for your time tonight. That was SAA Group spokesperson Tlali Tlali. And of course, this is the 10.5 billion rand needed just to save the airline from liquidation. It was promised by government, but still no word on that. However, he says that there has been some payment from another client, so maybe those SAA Technical staff can receive the rest of their salaries.